Proverbs 3, this is Solomon talking to his son. And he says, "My son, don't despise God's discipline and don't be weary at his reproof." The Bible is a living word. This black print on white paper, that text coming off your screen, is God speaking to you in a way that no other book can or does. Those words are quoted in the New Testament about us, and it's in Hebrews chapter 12. And this is what you read there. "My son, do not regard lightly the chastening of the Lord." It's quoted. But before that, he says, "You have forgotten the word of encouragement which reasons with you as with sons. My son," and now he's quoting these words of Solomon to his son in Proverbs, "My son, do not regard lightly the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when you are reproved by him." So he's saying that those words written here in Proverbs 3 reason with us as the sons of God. This word that you read here in Proverbs 3, "My son, don't despise the Lord's discipline and be weary of his reproof," this reasons with us, Hebrews 12 says. It talks to us. It is a word of encouragement to us. This is where the text you read here in the Bible is speaking to you personally. This is the art of using the Bible properly, that it is God talking to you personally. And later on in this chapter 3 of Proverbs, verse 34, just says, "God gives grace to the humble." Well, that also is quoted directly to us in James chapter 4. He says, "Do you think that the scripture says in vain, the spirit that dwells in us yearns jealously towards envy? But the scripture says, God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble." So he's saying, look, we're all rather inclined to be jealous and envious, are we not? Don't be jealous, don't be envious that they've got more money, they live in a nicer flat than we do, they've got a nicer car, they've got 2 cars, they've got 3 cars. Don't be envious, because God gives grace to the humble. The fact you and I have received God's grace means that we therefore will not be jealous. So this little verse here in Proverbs 3 that says God gives grace to the humble, or New Testament says, great, that means don't be envious. Rather like Jacob. He says to his brother Esau, "Look, take away all my wealth, take away all my cattle, because God has been gracious to me." If you understand that he, by his grace, has forgiven me, and that by his grace I will definitely, if I die now, or if Jesus comes now, I will definitely be in his kingdom. I've got everything. I'm not going to be envious. I'm not going to be jealous of you in whatever way, not just materially, but maybe in other ways. We have a tendency, James says, to be jealous. We will not be the jealous guy, because I have received God's grace. And if you can live without any envy, without any jealousy, but secure in yourself and in your own relationship with God, believe me, life's wonderful.